Warren, another Saturday, another game. The games are coming thick and fast. How do we reflect on Tuesday to go into Saturday's game? Because it was a bit of a tough one to take.
You know what was a tough one to take? I said after the game how disappointed I was, but watching the game back, I thought, we didn't play great, but we'd done enough to win the game. You can tell by the way they celebrated. But looking back at it, I'm backing Stephen Payne 150%, because for me, and we've watched it, we've analysed it, never in a million years is that a penalty. The boys grabbed him in a headlock, and if you put someone in a headlock on the street, you'll do jail. And you know what? It's just frustrating because we're frustrating after, but 100% I back my player. Look, afterwards, he's got to control, and I said that to him, what he says, but in a position like that there in the 93rd minute, he's 100% right. It was never a penalty in anyone's eyes. I even had a text message from a league assistant manager who watched the highlights, and I never even mentioned it, and he said to me, that's an incredible penalty give against you. He said it's a free kick the other way, so that's a disappointment. But looking at it as well, we didn't get beat. 3 games now, getting closer to where we want to go, and we've got to take that into a tough game on Saturday.
You said the positives are there, the last 3 games especially. Do you feel like the building blocks are on show for what can happen now for the rest of the season? I
think so. I think, as I said, we're still chasing that point equal where we finished last year. But I think it is. Come this nitty-gritty part of the season is where the back end where players players enjoy, and it's building there. 3 games unbeaten against 2 who's been in the top 4, and a team at the bottom fighting for their lives who beat Ebbsfleet, who've been on a decent run. I think it's one defeat in 11 now for them. So yes, it's probably a sickener the way we conceded, but looking at it, it's we didn't get beat where we had lost that a few weeks ago.
Let's talk about Oxford. Obviously, you mentioned they're only 1 defeat in 11 on a really, really good run of form. I think they've gone 3 on the bounce as well. But are these the sort of games that the lads are up for? Those are the sort of ones testing themselves against the sides that are really, on peak to try and end those runs?
No, 100%. They're a good side. Oxford, they were around there last year. There's a good manager in. Obviously, with a very good result against them at home. So you know what they're going to be. They want to have a reaction from that game, but we're on form as well. We're confident. We'll have to see how the injuries are. But as I said, we'll go into the tough game. We'll go into any game looking to get a result, and it'll be a tough game up there, as I say, on their pitch. Ross is a good guy, but one we've got to go with confidence.
I was going to ask, obviously we had a couple of injury concerns ahead of Tuesday, and then obviously Jamie Sendles-White was withdrawn. How are they looking? Is it a case of having a look today and seeing how everyone's getting on?
Yeah, it is. I think at the end of the day there's a few struggling massively. We just got to wrap them up and see where we are. I can't pick a team yet. I can't work on anything yet because I don't know who I've got. So it might be the last minute, the 2 o'clock, and that's football, but we've just got to get on it.